Hmm. Hi Abhay, how are you doing? Yeah, that's great, Abhay. Have you finished the fundamentals on demand module? Yes, completed. Uh, you finished the capstone as well? Finished the capstone project, tried, not completed. You tried, but it was not completed, right? Right, that's fine. So let's wait for more attendees join. Then after we'll go with the capstone project. What exactly the project is. We'll discuss this today and we'll finish that today itself. And tomorrow I'll bring some other project. And you'll be having some task here. So you have to I'll share some tasks. You have to finish that. So whoever in the session should be with your laptops. Like you're with your laptop currently, right, Abe? That's okay, fine, no worries. So let's wait for more attendees join, okay? Yeah, that is great to hear from you, Abhay. So now you have been done with all the modules. Once you have done the CSA, ServiceNow fundamentals on demand, administrator fundamentals on demand, you'll be eligible with the voucher. Okay, fantastic. So I'll show you how to claim that. Okay, so Abhay, you know how to claim the voucher. No, don't need to worry. I'll explain you. Okay, and Adarsh, how are you, Adarsh? Hi, Arjun. Hi, Shivam. So Abhay finished his module and he's eligible with the CSA voucher now. So in which module you are in the guys? Just confirm me. Hey everyone, now I hope now you are all eligible with the CSA voucher. So someone is raising their hand. Yes, that's great to hear. Yeah. Hi, Amisha. Do you have any queries? Could you please mention the in the chat? All right, that's fine. Now, have you completed the? Have you started working on the CSM of like ServiceNow fundamentals on demand? Yes, sir. You are eligible with the voucher, right? Yes. So, do you all know how to claim that voucher and what is the expiry of that voucher? Yes, yes. And what is the expiry of that voucher and how to create a WebAdvisor account and how to link that to your ServiceNow account. You all aware of that, or should I explain you? So that's great. Actually, if you're done with it, so instead of the project, I'll explain you today few questions. How good is your knowledge? We'll check with that. Is it fine, guys? Yeah, Shivam, Arjun, are you following me? Abhay? Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's great. So let's discuss how good is your knowledge in the CSA. So you have been working with this, I'm been explaining the same situation. So let's check how good is your knowledge with some few questions. 1 second, I'll share my screen. So I'm sharing my screen, guys. So try to answer for that questions. So I'm just checking randomly from internet. Share screen. So are you guys able to see my screen? Yes. Yeah, then it's fine. So look at the question once. Okay. So what is the question? A department manager asks an analyst to build some reports. Where do you recommend the analyst start? So can anyone guess the right answer here? Reports dashboard, create new, self-service reports, performance analytics reports, reports create new, reports getting started. Can anyone guess the right answer from here? A department manager asks an analyst to build some reports. Where do you recommend the analyst start? So how you gonna create a report? He's asking. That is a question. So if you are done with the CSA module, you guys are able to do with this question. Answer three, sir, three, 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 three. So you already well prepared for this. Performance analytics reports. Sure. Let's check. What did you notice? Is it the right answer three? So, but you're very confident. Everyone here, like sir, three, 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 three. So answer second. So Arjun, I'll go with your answer. That is correct actually. Yes. Sachin, are you correct? So you are with your instances right now, with your instances, right? So are you guys with your instances now? Because I can say, like, I can directly click the right answer, but if I choose your answers, then you will come to know where did you did the mistakes. So let me connect to service now, my instance, and I'll show you what is the right answer for that. So you all know what is the question here. Just have a look at the question. A department manager asks an analyst to build some reports. Where do you recommend the analyst start? So first of all thing, where do you start creating reports? So self-service reports or reports dashboard, or reports getting started, performance analytics, reports, create new report. So which one do you think the right answer now? So I gave you enough time to look. So now guess the right answer. So the starting question itself, sir, we like, if you are not aware of the topic, I'll explain you the topic. No, nothing to be worried. Where you can create reports, how you can create reports. Do you have any idea? Like, did we created any report? Report, get start. Sir, one. So actually, report getting started, that is not the right one actually. I can show you. You can see that. So reports getting started, there will be no option. Just open Abhay, try to open your system and see how you will start creating a reports. Just have a look. So reports create new. That is the right answer. So whenever I'll show with the example from the screen. Nothing to be worried. Shit. So all. So the first question itself, like, you are very confused. You're working with the ServiceNow CSA fundamentals, right? So you should be very aware of the topic actually. When you are done, like, if you skip videos, you don't get any knowledge from there. You have to work on it. You have to listen to that video, or you have to finish that CSA fundamentals from ebook. You see here. So reports, here you can see reports. So I'm taking out. Let's worry. So when you come to the reports, sys underscore reports, there you have the new option. Did you observe? Sys underscore report is the reports table, and there you have new option, create new option. Then you click on new, then you can create a new one, like the same way, like, see, understand, a department manager asks an analyst to build some reports. Where do you recommend the analyst start? So firstly you have to select reports and then create new, so that you can create a new report. In self-service, if you go to reports, what there, the previous reports which are there, he can see. In the performance analytics, he can see the previous reports. But in the reports, you can create new things. He just asked us to build a report. So that means create a report. So that is the reason option C is correct answer. So it won't be the same every time. When you refresh it, it will be changed. Yes, you got it. You got my point, everyone. So now you come to know where we can create the reports. Yes. So that is the reason I'm asking from the past 2 days. Work on. I'm giving you enough time. Work on the CSA fundamentals. I mean, like ServiceNow fundamentals on demand course. I can clearly show you in this. This is ServiceNow fundamentals on demand, right? In this, in the section one, what is you are discussed? It will be clearly explaining each and everything. So there will be a user story explaining and what exactly in this user story. Cloud dimensions, what are in this, and etc. Every each and every concept will be, you see, users, user, what is a user, what is a role, what is exactly things, user impersonation, what is mean by user impersonation, what are users groups, what is the backend name, what is the front end name, everything will be in this, right? And persona types of in, or this is platform overview, system administration, this is like an overview, what are who does approvers. So if you do all these things, you will be able to answer these questions. My question, my straightforward question to you guys now, so are you did everything properly or not? Because it is no point I'm discussing that, though I'm going into a project or discussing those kind of CSA questions, there it is no point. So did you follow that and did you completed all your modules or not? I just want to confirm with you guys. I want everyone's response now. Yes. So I want everyone's response, guys. And I want to. Are you with your laptops currently? Because I'm gonna check until where you have done. If yes means yes, no means no. So Amisha, you are already done with the CSA, right? So you followed, everything, what is, you came to understand what is CSA and how you will deal with few things, incident or what are the stuff inside. Arjun, Abhay, Arjun, Abhishek, Shivam, are you following me? Are you done with these topics? Yes, but not everything I learn because I lot of content to remember. So yeah, that is okay, fine, Abhay. If you are aware of the topic, means that is okay. But what you're you have to work on it. Why I clearly mentioned, I gave 2 days of enough time. So do this so that, what I have explained in the sessions will that brings, you'll come to know a clear picture. You'll co- yes, but have to revise regularly. Yeah, that is once, not to be revising every time. Once you have to know what is in the user administration. So what will be? It will users, groups, and roles. So you have to aware of what will be in the users, how to create a user, what is the backend name of user table, and how you should aware of this kind of topic that finishes user administration, and what are included in the user profile. So user profile, what will be? It will be, so in the user profile, it will be profile and elevate role, impersonation, etc., etc. stuff. So the questions are very simple. So let's go with next question so that you can understand. So on the knowledge base record, which tab would you use to define which users are not able to write articles to the knowledge base? So it is asking who cannot write the articles. This is basic thing. This is about roles, ACLs. So in the topic, when you're dealing with this kind, so this kind of questions will be asked. Can anyone guess the right answer? On the knowledge base record, which tab would you use to define which users are not able to write articles to the knowledge base? So who cannot write? So can anyone guess the right answer? This is like ACL 3. Cannot author. So I just wait for your answers. Can read. Can read. Yeah, Amisha. Uh, you're almost right, actually. So whoever gave the read access, do like in the ACLs, if you give only read access, do they can write, do write access? Do they can write or wrong? Like do they can write anything in the table if you give read access, or do they can delete? So what would be the right answer? So these are already we discussed. This is not like something else coming out from something. This is just an ACL thing. Yes, that is the reason. So who is having can read cannot write anything here actually can read. So for this knowledge base, so sometimes the answers will be wrong actually. For the knowledge base, can contribute means they can on knowledge base record. Which tab would you use to define which users are not able to write articles to knowledge base? So the right answer is can contribute. So I'll explain you in a bit. So whoever is having read access also cannot do any changes. This is actually right thing as compared to the ACL rules. Okay, but coming to knowledge base, can contribute, cannot contribute are the roles that were previously defined from ServiceNow. Yeah, you got my point. So it depends on the roles. So you should have an I thing that you that is like which role is going there, which role is assigned to the knowledge base, because knowledge base is a big thing and important thing. And do you know the weightage, how ServiceNow questions will come? And the ServiceNow question paper model, CSA examination model, or anything where from where the questions comes, and which thing has how much percentage. Do you have any awareness? No. Only one response. What about others? Yeah, don't need to worry. I'll first you guide you the thing, okay? Firstly, go with CSA mainline exam blueprint. Okay? Just go with the blueprint and go to the first thing and just check. Anyhow, you are looking into my screen, right? So that is fine. So here, because I don't have anything, I'm absolutely just type those things in the menu. It comes. Okay, so this is the model for CSA examination blueprint. So in this, how may so firstly in first thing is you don't want this. This is just an introduction, in service of CSA administration facility has purpose, audience, testing, option, etc., etc. Yeah, what is the purpose of exam? So how who are the audience in this? Anyone, like students can write, employees can write, whatever, like exam preparation. So this is the product document. If you click on the product document, this helps you to uh so which topics, what you have to learn, etc., things, and do any changes come in the new version. So in what are in the previous versions, you can check clicking on this. So now the current exam version, do you know what is the current version you're going to write in CSA exam? Can anyone tell me what is the current version you're going to write the CSA exam? Do you know what was the current version you're going to write the exam? So before it was Xanadu. So whoever write the exam before 15th of July, 15th of July, they wrote their exam in the Xanadu version. But now who is going to write the exam will be in Yokohama version. The versions were being changed. Okay? Do you are aware of this topic, guys? Not instances away. Like the instance will be now with move to Zurich. So it was not yet been updated, but the coming instances is Zurich. But the exam you are writing, now you did service now fundamentals on demand Xanadu, right? ServiceNow System Administration Fundamentals on Demand Xanadu, right? But whoever, you already got the voucher, so you don't need to do Yokohama version. But whoever want to write the exam, they have to register for ServiceNow Fundamentals on Demand Yokohama version. In the CSA part, nothing changed, nothing to be worried. Okay, for the CAD, for the CAD application developer, there are some changes in the scripting part. That's it. Okay, the current version for CSA exam is Yokohama. So you're gonna write the exam in Yokohama. And if if you are once done with the certification, that doesn't mean you're certified lifelong. Okay, every year you have to write a maintenance exams for that. The maintenance exam is free. Okay, but you have to write that exam. If you miss to write that maintenance exam in the year span, what happens is your certification will expire. That means you are no more a CSA certified person. Okay, you're understanding what I'm saying actually? Is it online exam or on center? I prefer you to go to on center because you have the voucher. Just go. It is free of cost on center. You can write it online, but the thing is they'll ask you uh, to place a external web camera. They'll ask you to place an external web camera that is facing like this. I'll show you with some images. So I recommend you only go to the center because it is free for you. Just go to the center, write the exam there. I recommend you. That is what recommended. Because you can write the exam in your home in your time. Like for suppose someone comes at that moment, if you are also passed in the exam, it shows pass. But whereas after that, the video, whatever the exam you wrote, that video will go to some other thing. They will check that video. If they observe anything any light gone, light on, light off, or any movements in the room or anything else, they'll look that and they'll directly disqualifies you. Even though in the first beginning state you will be passed, but after some days it shows you are failed due to those kind of things. So I recommend only to go to centers. Okay, because if you're writing in the home, you have to buy a external camera, and you have to place that camera 3 meters far from you, and you have to see the clear view of the room. And if suppose any internet issue or power issues, you lose the voucher. Do you know the worth of voucher? $300 worth of voucher. Why you are getting free? So for that reason, just spend some money to go to the center. The center won't charges you anything, but I recommend going to the center. So you see the exam preparation, and here is prerequisite service now training. So to write this exam, you have to finish welcome to service now model, service now, and service now administration fundamentals. I already told you, right, guys? You already done with welcome to service now, and a few people are also done with service now administration fundamentals. Then you can see the voucher. Yes, you are all done, right? Yes. What about others? I want others people's response as well. Okay, fine. So then after additional resources. So any additional resources in addition with the candidate may find the files. So just click on here, you'll come to know a resource guide through the entire certification process. So it will give an what I just said mainline exam, etc. etc. things recommended industry expertise with database concepts, or so it is asking you should have some knowledge on this that could be helpful for you. And exam scope, okay, learning document. So first thing you observe ServiceNow platform overview, ServiceNow capabilities and ServiceNow, the ServiceNow instance, next experience, unified navigation. There are 6% of questions coming from here. That means at least one question, one or more than one question will come from this topic. Okay. And instance configuration, installing application and plugins. You know how to install applications and plugins into your thing. And personalizing customization, you already know what is personalization, what is customizations. And common user interfaces in the platform. So what exactly this from these topics you'll get 10%. So and I'm clearly saying you guys, you should be getting 75 percentage above in this. It doesn't mean overall 75 is not valid. You have to get in every module, in everything you have to get from this module you have to get 75 percentage. From this module you have to get 75 percentage. From this module you have to get 75 percentage. From this if you are overallly passing overall 75 percentage, that doesn't mean you are pass. So from each module you have to have 75 percentage of marks. You all understand what is passing percentage, sir? It is considered more than 70. Okay, I can't give you a clear figure, but out of 60 questions you have to 45 questions should be right. Okay, so these are the criteria from which the topics are coming. The mostly covered topics are CNDB, CSDM, shared responsibility model, data scheme. What is data schema? Like schema map, importing sets, application and access controls. So it's everything you nothing to be worried. I'm here, I'll help you clear the certification as well. Nothing to be worried, okay? So you have to you should be very go thorough with the what are in topics in the CSA, application fund, you did ServiceNow fundamentals, administrative fundamentals, in that each and every topic the questions won't come from anywhere else. What exactly the CSA ServiceNow fundamentals, administrative fundamentals, the course you have done, the questions come from there itself. The exam is to the exam is just a test that how good you are interacted with the interface. So how good you are interacted with the interface, the exam is just to confirm you how much you are good with the instance performance. For suppose some question comes 1 second, I'll open this tab here. Yes. So what are the things involved in user menu? Can anyone tell me what are the things involved in the user menu? What is mean by user menu? Can anyone can brief that? What is user menu? What is user menu? Can anyone just guess or give me an answer or whatever it is? What is user menu? Includes user related controls. Okay. What do you call in the instance? What do you call user menu? I'm opening the instance. Just have a clear look. And in this, what do you call as user menu? I'm opening it. I'm going to ServiceNow page. So in this, what do you call user menu? Watching the screen, right? In this, what do you call the user menu? Yeah, but you're correct actually. Profile and preferences and logout. Yes, to the right corner you have the user menu. Yes, this is profile is known as user menu. So once you click here, you can see what are involved in this. What are the things involved in this? Like profile, preferences, keyboard and shortcuts, impersonate user, elevate role, printer friendly version, logout. So a question comes like this, what you can see in the user profile thing, what you can see in the user menu, the question in the service now, and where do you see the user menu. That moment you have to tell to the right hand corner, to the right corner of the banner. This is called what do you call this banner? This is context new application navigator. This is called application navigator, and this is called favorites. This is called pin. So if you pin that, it won't go. It will stay like this. This is application navigator. And favorites history. What are the options are there in in the banner? Some questions comes then you have to look. We have all navigator, favorites, history, workspace, and what do you call this? Main menu, main menus, and this context pill. Okay, and this scope of the application. This is global search, scope, chats, slider bar discussions are nothing but chats. What is the icons? They will ask you. And the questions are very simple. They will ask you which icon is used to favorite a report, favorite a module or application. The question will be like this. Can anyone give me the answer? What is used to favorite in of favorite thing? Star. Actually, so yeah, that is fine. Actually, if that is starred means that is favorited. How do you make that? How do you make it favorite? So you will all know pressing the star, but the the correct answer is comes like this. Once again, so we will use this pencil icon, edit module, the star, to make favorite. You see this pencil. So the option will come which icon is used to make the thing favorite. Then you have to choose pencil. See this pencil. So that is what the questions will be. Okay, so let's discuss some other questions. So let's discuss some other questions. All right. So you observe this on the knowledge base record. Which tab would you use to define which users are not able to write articles to the knowledge base can contribute? Remember this, okay? And what is schema map? So in the day I have already discussed the schema map. Can anyone guess the right answer? This schema map. A schema map displays the details of tables and the relationships in a visual manner, allowing administrator view and easily access different parts of the data scheme. A schema map enables administrator to define records from specific tables as trouble source of configuration. A schema map graphically organizes a visual dashboard for the CMDB. A schema map graphically displays a configuration that supports a business service. Which one is the right answer, do you think? So Arjun, Abhay, 1-1. Yes. And any more answers? Abhishek, 2-1. Yes. Okay. Abhishek, you are revising your answer to 1. Okay. And any other answers? Shivam, are you there? Yes. The right answer is the same thing. The next question is what is generated from the service catalog once a user places an order for an item or service? So it is the question is when you order an item from service catalog, what is generated? Do you know how to order an item, etc. thing stuff? Yes. So what is generated? Yes. You're right, Abhishek, Abhay. That is fine. First, a request will be generated, and then an R item will be generated, and from there, a task, a record will be created in task. So when you order something from the service catalog, three things will happen. Guys, can you confirm me that I'm audible to you? So the request is the right answer. So when order is created in the service catalog, clear request is created, and then after RITM, and then after a record is will be task number will be created. You got my point? So like Abhay, you completed done this, right? So you have to keep this in mind because some questions looks very simple, but the questions will be asked what are the things created when an order is created. So we have to choose request is created, and then the RTM is created, and a task is created. So keep this in your mind actually. Okay, let's go to the next. That means an request. That is the right answer. Okay, fine. So what function do you use to add buttons, links, and context menu item forms and lists? Can anyone answer this? So what is the right answer, guys? It is asking what. Okay. Dense. So sorry for the interruption, guys. So it is fine now. So this is the question. What function do you use to add buttons, links, and context menu items on forms and lists? That is the question. And the options are UI settings, UI actions, UI policies, UI configurations. So what do you think the right answer? UI actions. Yes. So Arjun, yeah, you came to the point now, right? So using UI policies, you can make fields it controls the field behavior. UI policies controls the field behavior like read only, mandatory, hidden or visible. But whereas UI actions, these are helpful to create buttons, links, context menus, etc. etc. We already discussed, right? So is it clear what is the difference between UI policies and UI actions now? So other guys, is it clear for you? I'm only getting two responses from you guys. Can you confirm in the chat my voice is clear and is the screen visible to you? Yes, then it's fine. Let's go with the next question. So UI actions. So what are examples of core tables in ServiceNow platform? So the question is, what are the examples of core tables in ServiceNow platform? So already been discussed, right? What are core tables? What are base tables? And extendable tables, custom tables, everything we already discussed. So choose the right answer from here. So what is the right answer? Three, three. How do we edit application? That's something new I have. Sir, two. Okay. Any other answers? All right. So the correct answer is user task incident, because we don't have any team party awards. Core tables are nothing but the tables that are created by ServiceNow itself. So this task table is also called as base table and core table as well, because it was created by ServiceNow. What are the tables that are created by ServiceNow are called core tables, which are extended from ServiceNow itself. These tables usually extended from task, incident is also extended from task. Task will call as the base table, and the all these three are called like core tables. Core tables are nothing but out of the box tables that are created by ServiceNow. So you can see users, task, incidents, these are already been created by ServiceNow. Yeah, this is the right answer. Yes, now we understand. uh, Amisha, so the tables which are created by ServiceNow itself are called core tables. They are base, there'll be base tables, we have only two base tables. They are also core tables. Now you understand, Amisha? Custom tables are nothing but what are the tables we create. Okay, yes. So the next question is, your customer requires that they be able to monitor which users are performing impersonations in their instance. What would you do to meet the requirements? So someone is asking you to impersonate something. At that time, what you'll do? The question is that simple. Just understand and give me the right answer. The customer requires that they be able to monitor which users are performing impersonation in their instance. What would you do to meet this requirement? Can anyone know this? If you went with the roles topic, so when you are doing this thing, you will see some roles. So which roles can do what? They'll be mentioned. Can anyone know what is that? Should be active. Fifth one, five, five. So yes, that is the right answer. But still, do you know this is one of the plugin? Like that means if this is activated, then that is fine. On a filter condition, which component is always a choice list? Which one is a choice list always? Can anyone give me that? Can give the right answer? So we already created many filters and we know how many ways we can do filters and what are the ways how to create a filter and what are they involved in, what are the things involved in, what are the elements of filter condition. Operator is not. Yes. So what are the elements involved in the fields? Abhay, do you know this? What are the elements involved in the field? State a priority. No, that is fine. The thing is understand the question once again. So choose the right one. Which one do you think? Operation, field, operation, or operator? So match criteria, we don't have anything. Filter criteria, nothing. So which one do you choose? Operation or operator? Just observe here, guys. Just see this. This is nothing but he's just asking incident. So I'm just clicking all. So in the filter criteria, what are the elements involved? Choose operation and choose operator and value. So which is always a choice field. So this is also a choice field, but you can select only one thing. But you can change after selecting one field, you can change the operators. So as the right answer is operator. So you all guys right? Yes. So I just showed the filter criteria, right? So what are the elements involved in the filter criteria? Can anyone tell me now? What are the elements involved in the filter criteria? Guys, can you hear me? I'm asking a question. What are the state assignment group? Those not like that actually. So just understand elements. Elements I'm asking. What are the elements involved in the filter criteria? When you see this kind of questions, that is nothing but elements in the sense this shit, no, this you see. So when you click on funnel icon, this one element and this operator is called one more element and value is called one more element. So if any questions comes like this, so there you have to go field, operator, value. These are the three elements involved in the filter criteria. Okay, now you got the answer. So field, operator, and sorry, yeah, value. They are like components, I think. So they called as elements. This elements assigned group. You know, is a field, and that group is all field. Elements filter right. That involves a filter condition. That those are called elements. Okay. So let's go with another question. Let's discuss. You see this here on a form. Which type of fields has this icon, which can be clicked to preview of the associate record? What do you call? You know this? Did you observe this thing anytime? On the form, which type of field has this icon when you be clicked to preview of the records? Oh shit. What is that? Friends button. Yes. Any other answers? Any other answers, guys? Just see the question once again and try to answer it. So these are the options: snapshot, preview, quick review. This is a question, guys. On a form, which type of field has this icon? Which type of field? Type of field. This is a question you have to understand. What is the field type? What is the field type we call? It is very simple. So I only got one answer, one response. What about others? Show options again. Okay, fine. I'll show the options again, man. On the form, which type of field has this icon which can be clicked to see a preview of this associated record? So these are the options, and this is the question. What type of field? Can't recall. Yes, but Abhay, you have the right answer. So nothing to be recalled here, man. So firstly, understand the question, Abhishek. I'll explain you. It is asking which type of field. So you see this icon, that means like it is reference field. When you see this search icon to the right corner, that means it is a reference field. In anywhere, if you can see any other records, like here you can see the record of this surveyor, for example. Okay, I'm just clicking on new. Okay, this is the view is self-service, so that is the reason it is showing only this. You see, this is the question. Now I'm clicking here. So what this field? What is the field type here? What is the field type? Field type reference, right? The type of field is reference. By this, so he's showing like this. So that is what he's showing. So if any user is selected, that means it will show his record. So the field when it is displayed like this, that is a reference field. Now we got Abhishek. You can clearly see in the question. See in the question, the field type is search like this. It is a reference field. Which type of field? Field type. What is the field type? Reference. That is the answer. Okay. So user records are stored in which table? So which table is this, guys? I just discussed user administration, right? Which table is this? So you saw the question, right? In which table the user records will be stored? C, sys underscore user, Arjun C. And any other answers, guys? I have 8 attendees. I only see like 3 responses. So you all 3 are right. The answer is sys underscore user itself. Sys underscore user. Okay, so that is okay for today. Actually, we'll discuss in the upcoming classes with next the few other questions. Okay. Uh, for the moment, should I give you any project task to do? Are you guys with your laptops now? Because I'll give you some tasks to do instead of explaining this capstone project. I can explain you this capstone project, but I hope you can understand this and you can start working on this. Actually, are you facing? Did you started this capstone project? Anyone? So, guys, are you started working on this capstone project? Anyone? Yes. No. Like Arjun, which module you are in? Have completed. Oh, that's great to hear from you, Arjun. You have completed the old capstone project. So that I can give you a task. So you can build a start doing a minor projects, simple projects. Are you guys able to start doing projects? Like the mostly the project discussion will come with CAD. Actually, after finishing the CAD sessions, we can start discussing the projects because if I start explaining a project like this, so you will get bit confused actually. So with simple things, we can build a project. So whatever you, Abhishek, are you there? You done with the this thing capstone project? Arjun, Abhay, you started right? So start working on this capstone project. Working on this capstone project. So that is as you have done with like few other modules. The thing is like it is same as like that. So what is the first task is lab one, mentioning they'll ask you to change the logo of this here logo from here instead of ServiceNow just put like a logo here and change the name like ServiceNow that we can achieve through UI 16. You're aware of that, right, Ajay? Yes. No, I haven't started. Start working on the capstone project now, guys. If you're facing any difficulties, I'm here to help you. Like simply, I can explain you in few things. This all your glide user pair is one of the capstone project challenging format. From here it starts. Okay. The first task is the capstone project has been divided into 6 task categories to guide your deployment. So that means the project is been divided into six tasks incident management, configuration, user administration, service catalog, item fulfillment. So these are what are involved in the capstone project. This is the overview. Okay, you understand? These are the what are involved in the capstone project. So using these things we are building the capstone project. Okay, this is the overview. The task in the incident. Firstly, it is asking to create a new field and add it to the default view of the incident form with the following properties. So it is asking to create a new field and add it to the default view. In the default view, create a new field and add this thing and F1 model and type is string, field length is 40, and then it is asking to configure the default view and place the F1 model field beneath the configuration item. It is asking bring this F1 under the configuration item. So in the incident form, create a new field and bring that under configuration item. It is asking modify the category field on the incident form to include a new F1 as a new choice. Create a PS1 F1 incident using a following information. Caller Megan mention all this. It is asking. This is the ask one. You understand what to do now? Are you able to see my screen now? Yes or no? You know, here, modify incident form is the first task in Keystone. You know, in Keystone, we have six tasks. First task is like, this is for the first task. So you can understand doing this. If you are facing any difficulty, ask me, guys. The first task is nothing but open an incident form. Incident. So open an incident form. Create new incident. So it is asking create a new thing in which view? Default view. Click here, configure form layout. Not using this. So it is in default view. So it is asking create a new thing and string and size, then add it. And it is also asking bring under configuration item. So you have to drag this until configuration item like that. So you all understand. So try to finish the capstone project. Guys, are you following me? Guys, are you following me? Yes, yeah, that is fine. Yeah, Abe, start doing this. If you are facing any difficulties, ask me. By today itself, you you have all should finish this capstone project. Okay, we have one more hour time, so it doesn't take a lot of time, guys. Other people, I think Arjun, you already done with the capstone project, right? Shivam, start doing on it. Okay. Amisha, have you done this capstone project before? So what you have done before that module is for your exam preparation. So you came with each and every topic across, like you are aware of what it is. So that is for your exam preparation, and that is what ServiceNow administrator task to be done. So start doing the capstone project. The first task were already been explained. So just do these things. That if you're done with this, the first task is done, and then user administration. The second task will come. In the user administration, what is saying, navigate to the existing service desk group. That means like go to the service desk group, use the groups tabs to create. So it is mentioned here, so you have to follow there. Try to finish it. Okay, if you are facing any difficulties in the project, I'll explain you. If you are done with this capstone project, from tomorrow I'll give you some tasks. You have to do this. Here it is like very simple. You can see here and you can create, but I'll give you some other task from tomorrow. You should all do that. Okay, guys, are you following me? The response, guys. Yes. Okay, fine. Just start working on it. Okay. Shivam, start doing on. If you're facing any difficulties, just ask me. I'm here to help you. Okay. Go ahead. Shivam, you got any doubt? Okay. If any doubt, just ask me. I was looking like you're typing something, so that is fine. Okay. Others as well. You go like any queries, anything. So Arjun, you already done with those topics, right? Just try to recall every topic. Try to practice like whatever in this. Like open an instance. So open the instance and have a look. What are in this? So what is in this thing? Okay. What are the things involved in the context menu? So try to observe. Try to have more interacted with the interface. Okay. Try to be more interactive with the interface. Start working. What exactly? So what are the options used here, etc things. Start working on it. Okay. If any doubts, otherwise revise the CSA once again so that it will be helpful for you in discussing with the options. You can find the better options and it will be very helpful to succeed in like get pass percentage and you can clear the CSA exam. So start working, have more interactive with the interface. Okay. Yeah. So any other queries or anything, just ask me. I'm here. Okay. Guys, are you working on it? Abhay, you finished the capstone or you still working on it? Shivam, what about you? Guys, are you working on it or no? Guys, can you hear me? Yes, Sarang, are you working on the fundamentals, administrative fundamentals? So that's all for today, guys. Like, no one of you asking any questions. All right, guys. Can you hear me? Arjun, see you tomorrow with some other new things. Sarang, bye bye. Yeah, okay, see you. Bye.